Hi everyone. Today I want to share something about my diet because in the last let's say 13, 14 years of my life I went progressively from being omnivore, eating everything, to eating just vegetables, fish and fruits. And then I became vegetarian. Then I became vegan, and now I am raw vegan and occasionally breatharian. So it was a process, and in my search to find out if there is any book that describes this evolution that happened to me naturally, as now I no longer need to eat any more cooked food at all, and if I eat cooked food, then it kind of affects my vibration. So I'm even practicing now intermittent fasting. It means that I'm eating twice a day instead of 3 times a day, and occasionally doing fastings like for 1 or 2 3 days, depending how I feel with the energies. And it's always about how I feel. It's always about finding the middle path and doing the what feels right for the body, and in a way that I always feel energized after eating, because from food for me is to be energized and not to drag me down the energy. Yes. So in search of trying to find some information about it, I found a book from Magenta Pixie. She is describing the diet of the Lemurian civilization, and it really is exactly what's happening to me right now. After reading her book, I will post a link about this book into under this video, so you can also go and find it if you're interested. And it describes exactly what is happening to me right now. I'm following an exclusively raw vegan diet, eating many fruits and vegetables, and it seems that this is the way to really go back as star seeds, go back to original state of beingness, that helps our DNA to be reactivated and release, and the new powers, I mean the old powers that we have in our system, that they gonna wake up and then become then we become empowered again. And it seems that through her explanation, that actually what happens is when we eat these foods, actually they contain the highest amount of light, which is found into the chlorophyll. And this light is actually these foods, by eating them day after day, it creates the plasma field around our body, which is actually the light body. So it makes sense. So I wanted to share this with you because I feel that there is a new way of explaining things that so far has not been shared into the medical circles, let's say. By the way, I was in medicine many years ago in university, and I abandoned my studies because I no longer resonated with the material they were giving to us back then. And then a shaman later told me that I knew already back then that it was a lot of information there was not true for me, because I was already on my path to ascension. And hence, for me today, even when I hear stories about viruses and stuff and all this, I know intuitively that I don't want to take do any vaccinations and all these things. Is not for me, because when we raise our frequency high enough, then through the powers of the angelic beings and archangelic beings, and invoking the power and inviting light within our being, then it creates a power field of energy around us, which is also again the plasma energy, who is also energized by the foods we're eating. All this works together, and the light also in the fruits and vegetables also helps to create this plasma of energy around that keeps us in a higher vibration at all times. And that is how the vibration rises. So it's like giving what it needs any given moment, and then it's always about feeling good. And so by doing by having this so to say discipline, it's not really discipline because I don't suffer from eating raw vegan. I'm actually having a lot of fun of it, and I'm enjoying this so much because there is a lot of new variation in my plate, and I feel really that the food is really very nourishing, much more than before. I'm eating much less than before, and I have much more power than before. And then and I feel also that there is like a more lightness in my being because of this change in my life. And so I even created a book that I'm also gonna post under this video here, that is also about creating 30 raw vegan recipes, even that you can eat even warm. There is a way to eat them under 46 degrees Celsius. You can prepare that. So I'm going to be posting also this link there if you're interested to buy this book. And so this is a very interesting subject to me in these times we are moving through in our raising our frequency. And I believe I strongly believe that this is what's going to happen in the next years coming. I'm here in Greece, in a small city where mostly nobody is vegan. Everybody is eating meat here, and I feel this is the process that has begun. Most of the people here, they are really afraid also about the changes that took place, and they it's not a judgment what I say, just an observation. And that also is a process of ascension. It's also a process that I know that this change, this raising, making the effort to raise our frequency, it's also help each and everyone to go beyond the fear and start trying new things, because the body naturally will say, no, I no longer need to eat this meat, or I no longer need to be toxic, or I no longer need to drink this thing that I know is not good for me, or to consume that thing that is not good for me. And it's a process. So the more one focuses the energy into the light and doing the work, the more of course it gets fortified. And then on the other side around, if that one does not do the work and does not want to do the work, then of course it goes in a lower vibration, and that's where we have like a kind of separation taking place. And this separation, I can tell you, in these last years, I have mostly I've been a nomad, so I've been having like a morely loner life, and I'm really happy now that there is more people waking up to this truth. It was only in big cities like London, for example, that I managed, or Amsterdam, where I had a lot of community of people who were vegans, raw vegans, and we had raw vegan restaurants, and we can come together, and there is like a natural understanding of each other, and a natural flow of love that happens without really you have to really speak to each other. So this is something that I'm really happy about, that we have more and more people waking up. While I also observe there is another part of the population who is not there and who may never go there maybe. I wish for them that everybody will come at this point. This is my wish for the next decade, let's say. I feel this is the process that is taking place. And I think that by 2030, most people will become vegans and raw vegans. And let's see what happens in 10 years from now. I cannot be 100% sure. Yet I feel at the same time that this is the process of evolution, and we are going back to the Lemurian civilization, and in combination with the Atlantis civilization, because you also now combining the technology. So we have like a natural use of our powers, and also the technology that the raise of our frequency, collective frequency, brings also the technologies and the new systems, and going then from human to galactic consciousness, and then we're gonna be able also to go to other planets and travel. And this goes hand in hand with the intention you have every day with the foods you're eating and the meditation. It's a holistic practice. It's a new way of living. We are new beings in a new world, and it's a song already. I'm a new being in a new world, and yes. So this is what it takes to adapt to the changes. We are evolving, and my intention is really to share this with you, so it may give you maybe some insight on your life, wherever you stand in your evolution, and maybe try some new things and see how this works for you and how it feels, because feeling, it's always about directing to the right direction. That is the path of evolution, of ascension, and of the highest vibration, creating new earth, heaven on earth. Namaste.